This conference will now be recorded.
Right. So in the last session, what we were discussing about Agile Scrum framework, right? Today, I'll take a fresh topic. It is just a minute. Somebody is speaking. Tomorrow, shall we have a session that I will let you know. Wait, let me complete the session. Levels of dynamic testing. What are the levels of dynamic testing means? One is unit testing, that is UT they will say, or unit testing, integration testing, system testing, and user acceptance testing. UAT, that is user acceptance testing. Right. First, we'll try to understand what is unit testing. Unit testing. Generally, unit means what? Only unit, if I ask. Unit means unit, I can say, or component, I can say, or module, I can say, like that. Or simply unit or a component is nothing but it is a least separatable testable component in the source code of the application. The least testable, separatable, testable component in the source code of the application. What is that unit testing now? Or you can say it is a component, or you can say it is a module, right? But unit testing is nothing but unit testing. You are conducting once that module is ready, developer is going to perform testing on it. Testing is conducted on the source code unit independently. Testing is conducted on the source code unit independently. It is also known as like component testing or module level testing also. Other names is also known as component testing or module level testing also. Also you can say sometimes, right? So who is going to perform this means development team. Developer are the right person. Developers are right person to perform. Developers will perform this unit testing. As soon as that means as soon as they write the code, as soon as the development activity starts, whatever the components they are preparing, at least once they will check whether my code is working fine or not. Right? Before giving that functionality or the module which they developed, before giving to the testing team to test that functionality, they will check whether my code is working fine or not at least once. So that if it's working fine, then they are going to give it to the testing team. Then we perform the actual functional testing and all. Right. So like that it goes, unit testing and integration testing. And also some more components are included, then integrate them. Right. They are going to integrate and check. So next, integration testing. So this is also performed by the developers only, not the testers. So integration testing. Once the unit testing is over, once the unit testing is done, developers are going to integrate. Developers will integrate all the units and perform testing. Which we call it as what? Integration testing. As a part of integration testing, they may follow below approaches. As a part of integration testing, developers may follow below approaches. What are the approaches? One is Big Bang approach. Number two, top-down approach. Number three, bottom-up approach. Number four, hybrid approach. First, we'll try to understand what is Big Bang approach. Big Bang approach is nothing but here all the modules will be integrated at once. Here all the modules will be integrated at once. At once. Means what is the advantage? Application development will be faster. Whereas disadvantage is if any defects are found, if any defects are found, it will take more time to resolve. So it is preferable, it is recommended, this approach is recommended, this approach is recommended when when the requirements are clear. Here and for small size projects. Where it is suitable for small size projects and where it is suitable for small size projects and where the requirements are very, very clear. So then what I can do, I can approach Big Bang because requirements are clear, no doubts. So no changes will be there, fine, right? And if small projects are there, Big Bang approach is recommended. So what is happening, suppose if you are applying for big size projects like that, application will be ready, but so one functionality may depend on other functionality and like that, right? So during that time, all the functionalities you developed at once and you didn't cross check one by one, right? So at that moment, what will happen? Application will be ready, but when you test it, any defects are found. This defect is related to which functionality? It will take some time to identify because all integrated at once, all at a time you integrated. Like something like this is module 1, this is module 2, this is module 3, this is module 4. All you are integrating at once. Okay, and developing the system. That means suppose I got an issue here, this is not working. Then is it related to this functionality or this functionality or this functionality? It takes some time to identify. Right? That is the reason. So all the functionalities, if you integrate at once, all the units, if you integrate at once, application may ready. But suppose tester identify any defects, it will take more time to resolve the issue. If it is a small requirements, let's say only two requirements are there, A and B. Requirement A, requirement B, only two are there. It is easy to develop, right? No issues here. So A is related to B, that's it. They can easily develop and test and quickly wind up. But whereas if huge requirements are there, it is difficult for them to follow this approach. So at that moment, I'll go with top down or bottom up. So when to go top down, when to go bottom up, that also we'll see. So top down approach is what basically we'll try to understand this top down. Top down approach is okay. During this approach, developer while integrating main module to the submodule, if any some of the submodules, if some of the submodules are under construction, then developer will introduce a temporary program called stub. Then we will integrate and perform integration testing. Okay, like how, let's say I have a main module, I have a submodule 1, okay, and submodule 2, submodule 2. And submodule 2 is not ready. So what I will do, what I will introduce stub, and these two are ready. So I'll integrate, and integration testing will be done. Integrate and perform integration testing. Let's see. This is your main module. Okay. These are the two submodules I have. This main module is ready, and the submodule 1 also ready, no problem. These two functionalities are ready, but this is not ready. It is still under construction. Okay, but if somebody go and check this functionality, they may raise the defect. So what I want to tell to the user that this is not ready. I want to tell that this is not ready. I want to tell the user that this functionality is not ready. So whenever he try to connect to this functionality, the stub will give return some value. Some this page is under construction, or this is not ready, something. So a temporary program will be written. What is that stub basically called as? Stub is nothing but it is a temporary program or a function, right? It is a called program. It will return some value. Something like this. Yeah, that is what I'm telling, right? Suppose I'm calling you people who are there. Let's say, okay, I'm calling some Tanushree or Reddy. Okay, now Reddy's mobile is switched off. Okay, now I'm calling. Now when I call other person, Tanushree, she is available. Okay, I'm able to talk with her. So communication is happening. This is no problem. I tested. It is working fine. So our conversation working fine. Testing. This can happen. But one more module is there. Some Tipparati. I'm trying to connect to his mobile, but his mobile is switched off. So how do I know that his mobile is switched off? You will get when I call, I'll get some message, right? This mobile is in switch off, something like that. So message will get out of coverage area or switch off. So what does that mean? So when you are not available, some system generated message is popping out so that user can understand that this functionality or this person is not available. Okay, then I'll understand that. Okay, okay. Later sometime I will do. So once this module is ready, this stub they will remove. Basically, what is happening whenever I'm trying to call some person, stub is invoking. Why? Because they are not ready. Once they are, developer will write a program in such a way that whenever this functionality, suppose I'm developing a website. Okay, in website page one, there are three links which I need to connect. Link one will go to one page. Link two will go to another page. Link three will go to another page. Let's say this page one is ready, they can access. The page two is ready, they can access. But this page two, three is not ready. So when user try to connect to this, when tester try to connect to this, you will get error. So you'll raise the defect. Basically, this is not ready. So at this point of time, some developer will write stub program. Stub. Stub means a temporary program. When you click this link, immediately a page will. It is saying that this is under construction. This is under construction. So it is in progress. or something new message. If you see, okay, you'll understand that, okay, maybe this page is not yet ready. So we don't perform testing here. We'll perform testing on the other modules which are ready. Okay. So this is like, this is your main module. Let's say this is a sub module 1, sub module 2, sub module 3. So here sub module 3 is not ready, stub introduced. Okay. Stub is nothing but a some temporary. Once this page is ready, the stub will be removed directly. How you are accessing 1 and 2, same way you can access and check. So that way it goes like so, which is called what, top down approach. It is called top down approach. Only when submodules are not ready, the stuff will be working, and it returns some value. Some value. Suppose you are getting some voice, right? I'm this is this person is not available. Something message you are getting, right? Or you are only telling that I am not available. No, right? The person itself not telling I am not available. Some system generated message is coming, which is like a stub, right? That is what. But when to go for top-down approach? So when requirements are more, when you have more number of requirements, I'll go with step-by-step integration. I'll go with big size projects. When more number of requirements you have, this top-down approach is required. Okay, and if requirements are changing, okay, if requirements are changing and not clear, okay, suppose here the requirements are not clear. So what happened? Once I get the clarity, then I will develop this. That's why I kept pending. Okay, not now when requirements are changing, what happened? I will not develop the main functionality itself. So already main functionality is ready, and that I am supposed to have two links, 1 and 2. Okay, one is navigating to this page, 2 is navigating to this page, let's say. But in the 2, what I need to develop, they didn't say, not clear. So I am waiting for that client confirmation. Once I get the clarity, what I need to develop in submodule 2, then I will develop and tell the tester to test it. Till that time, this stub only will involve. This is not ready, or this is under construction, like that. Are you getting it? Top down. When requirements are not clear and heavy requirements are there, at a time you cannot develop. So I'll go with step by step. So once these two are ready, I will integrate and test. Once these two are ready, I will integrate and test, like that. So once these two are not ready, this is not ready. So I know that stub is involved. So I will not go and test this functionality. Which functionalities are ready, that only we test. Meanwhile, stub will take care of, so that we don't need to raise any defects. So if you raise defects also, there is no use, right? Why? Because it is still not yet developed. So that is the reason the developers follows this stub and like top-down approach. When it is not clear, requirements are not clear. When the requirements are clear, not clear, and the requirements are keep changing, then I can go for bottom-up approach. What is that bottom-up approach? Let's see. What is that bottom-up? During this approach, developers will integrate modules when main module is under construction. Under construction, Developer will introduce a again temporary program. Here also one temporary program called driver. Is that driver? The driver is also a temporary program, and it is a calling pro. Stub is a called program. It is a calling program. It is a calling program. It will not return any value, right? It is there to call some functionality. Okay, like for example, so when it is recommended Big Bang approach, it is recommended keep changing, and and requirements are keep changing. Then it is recommended, or it is recommended, or it is used. Here in the top-down approach, when it is recommended, when requirements are not clear and heavy, requirements are not clear, and more requirements are you have, like a number of requirements, they are not clear. So not clear, that's why I am going with stub. Here requirements are changing, that's why what I'm doing, I'm going with the main module. This main module itself is not ready. This main module itself is not ready. So what I will do, I will introduce driver. So later I have some more modules like submodule 1, submodule 2. So here what is happening, main module is not ready, but this is the main page. From here I need to access, but this is not ready. But still I have a program. With this program, this is not ready, but still with this program, with the driver, on behalf of this, I'm going to connect to the submodule 1. I'm going to connect to the submodule 2, and these two will be integrated and tested. They will perform integration testing. These two will be tested, but in order to check these modules, first of all, I need to connect to them. So how do I connect? This page is not ready. Why this page is not ready? What functionalities I need to add in the main page? So that those requirements are what I told, changing. Sometimes he's telling, developers telling put login button. Okay. Sometimes later again he told that change password you put. Again he's telling something like OTP concept we need to put. OTP login functionality. Or date of birth, by using date of birth. Some requirement is going like that. So in this, which functionality I need to add? We didn't get the. So sometimes he say that, then again he will change it to login. Again he change it to OTP concept. Something is doing client. So not we get the we didn't requirements are keep changing. So keep changing means every time I can't go and develop and put that module, right? So look, let that requirement get confirmed. Okay. So once that it is requirement is OTP concept, so only OTP concept I need to develop. Once the approval comes, then I'll start here. So till that time, I'll create one link or button or something like a driver concept. So with the driver, I will access this modules, which are ready. The submodule functionalities we will develop and keep it ready. But I need to integrate to the main page. So can I access through main page when this OTP concept is not ready? So whether I need to confirm OTP or change login or some other way to connect to this module. So we don't know that changes are the client is keep on changing the requirement. So once we get the approval, correct requirement, then I will start the main page. So later I will, then I thought like later I will do this main page. Okay, so that's why this main page is not ready. So when main page is not ready or main module is not ready, driver will be introduced. Driver is nothing but it is also a temporary program, but it is a calling program. Means driver should call stub. It will not call by itself. Right? Calling program is somebody should see stub is also something. Somebody stub will not invoke by itself. Like when I call, you are lifting the call, or you are, if you are not available, I am getting some message. But who is calling? Myself. If I am calling, some response written value you will get. That is stub. Driver is what? So it's a calling program. Means if you want to call the stub, if you want to call the submodule, then you need to, some links are provided. With this, I am able to access this page. It's a calling program. It will not return any value. It will connect to the submodule. With this module 1 and module 2, I can check. So driver is simply a calling. It is also temporary. Once this main page is ready, this driver will remove. You can access directly, because that by the time you'll get the clear requirements. Right? Requirements are changing means you can recommend bottom up approach. This is like bottom up approach. Why? Because first whatever the modules, submodules are there, those I am preparing. Later I am integrating to main module. Because that main page why I am not making ready, because I am not sure that what changes has going to come. So if changes are going to come, why I will keep on doing the main page? I will work later. Let me complete the submod. Means let me complete other functionalities which have the clear requirements which are there and correct requirements which are there. I'll complete and keep it ready. And then later I'll connect to the main page with the temporary program called driver and check whether they are working or not. Once the client gives the correct requirements, then I will develop this main page. With this main page, whatever the OTP are, through via OTP, I can able to connect these modules, or via login, I can able to connect it. That integration part will take care later. But meanwhile, other submodules are working or not, how I will check. Right. I need to connect, right? I need to navigate from here, right? With a driver, I will navigate. That is the concept here. Bottom up approach means bottom means first what they are developing, all the submodules they are developing, because this is not yet developed, because these requirements are changing. So once they are done, then how we are accessing the submodules with the driver concept, right? That way the bottom up approach will work. And one more is the hybrid approach. Hybrid approach is something when requirements are changing and also requirements are not clear. Suppose one more submodule is there, submodule 3 is there. Okay, the submodule 3, I am not sure about it. Customer told to develop one more functionality, but they are not sure about it. But this submodule 1 and 2, they are sure. These two I can check. But this, if I want to check, I didn't get the clarity on this. So again, what I will do, if I'm not getting the clarity, I will introduce stub. I will introduce stub here. So when I stub is introduced, what will happen? From here, you are trying to connect submodule 3. Maybe some message you will get here that this page is not ready. Okay, fine. But still, when it is not ready, stub is introduced. When main page is not ready, driver is introduced. Okay. When main page is not ready, driver will be introduced. Stub and driver both introduced means what they are called? Hybrid. What is that? Hybrid. Hybrid module. Hybrid approach, you can say. Right? That is what approaches. What is the next one? Hybrid. It's a combination of top down and bottom up. The combination of top down and bottom up means it is recommended when it is recommended. When requirements are not clear and requirements are keep changing. In this case, hybrid will means here both stub and driver are introduced. That is what the concept of this integration. Let's see. I'll show you one diagram. One second. See, you can observe this PowerPoint, what we have seen so far. Unit testing means what's the least separatable testable component in the source code of the application, such as program, method, component, function, etc. What you can call it as what unit. Testing is conducted source code unit independently. What you can call it as unit testing or module unit testing. Right? Who will perform this? Developers will perform this testing. Next, integration testing is what? Once all the units are developed, developer will integrate these components or modules to form a system. So during this approaches, whatever the developers will follow the approaches here, like Big Bang, top down, bottom up, hybrid. Big Bang means what? All modules requirements, small requirements, like only one or few requirements are there, and it is very small project. If you directly integrate all, also not a problem. But more requirements are there, and all you are integrating, then it is a problematic. It will take time for you to resolve. So that's why they may follow top-down approach. Why top-down approach means if requirements are not clear, then stub is introduced. Right? It will return some value when you call it. Because like when it is not ready, it will say that it is not ready, so that you don't test that. Basically, bottom up, like you can see the diagram for top down. Right? Similarly, bottom up approach. So for bottom up approach, when requirements are changing, right? So when it is changing, I cannot go and develop the main program. Right? It will not return any value. It is a calling program. You can write there. So that just like function you will write and say that yes, this module, here some link or something you generate and keep it ready so that you can access these modules. Once you get the clear requirements, so you can develop the main page, and then the driver will be removed like that. So from bottom you're coming. Why? Because first I will develop all these sub modules, then later in the last stage I will develop the main page. Whereas top down, main page is ready and the sub modules whatever the client is giving, it is getting ready. And some of the sub modules which are not clear, he will hold it once he get the clarity. So like that. So it's not clear and requirements keep changing. Requirements, some functionalities are not clear about that particular submodule, and changes also getting happen. So at that moment, driver is introduced, stub also introduced. So this is what you can call it as what? Hybrid. So apart from that, we have one more thing, that is system testing and user acceptance testing. Let's close this. System testing. One second. Yeah. So basically, system testing people will do. We, the testers, will do the system testing. So we should be very keen here, understand this system testing part and the types, what type of testing types will come into the as a part of system testing. We'll see. So system testing is nothing but it is a process of validating various functional and non-functional requirements of the system. So we need to validate the functional requirements and also we need to validate the non-functional requirements. Both together, what you can say, system testing. So what is functional requirements? It is a process of validating various functional requirements of the system to check what system supposed to do and also to check what system not supposed to do also we need to check. So both together, what you can call it as, like, I mean, what system supposed to do, like suppose you take a login functionality. Login functionality, check with valid data also. What is the what it's supposed to do? Login should be successful. Is it? Login should be successfully supposed to work, right? That is one thing. And also what system not supposed to do? I give invalid credentials. System should not log in successfully. This is how it should work. So that is what. So I'm just giving an example, like anything, positive, negative, both. For that, what you do positive testing, means valid credentials you'll give and check so that it should work. And also you'll check with invalid credentials so that it should not work. Suppose it is working with invalid credentials also, it's a defect. You can raise it. So that level, that way, functional means both positive way I'll check, negative way also. So what if I do so that the system is getting failed? We are there to find the defects only, right? Yeah. And some part of non-functional testing, like and also non-functional system testing. You are verifying look and feel wise, you are verifying performance wise, you are verifying usability wise, you are verifying security wise, you are verifying compatibility wise. You can say that like non-functional. Functional means like you are doing unit testing, you are doing integration part. So development point of view, but it is also functional part, right? But in non-functional wise, like performance, mainly performance, security, these all usability, compatibility, and also like this GUI, look and feel of the application also comes under non-functional part. So you need to verify both. You should check functional. You should check non-functional. You should check both together. What you can call it as simply system testing. You have to do means you are doing end-to-end testing. System testing means end-to-end. Overall functionalities like positive and negative way you are checking, look and feel wise you are checking, color spelling mistakes, alignments, and also like security wise you are checking, and also you are checking compatibility wise, user friendliness, that is like usability testing. That you are checking, what you can call it as. This all will go briefly. What is GUI testing? What is performance testing? What is usability testing? This all comes into types of system testing. So that we'll try to understand. Okay, system testing types, what we have. When we have to do performance testing, what is performance testing? What is usability testing? We'll try to understand like that one by one. Okay, but basically, so the non-functional and functional together, what we call it as system testing. And types of system testing. Types of system testing, after finishing this, I will tell you. Okay, tomorrow's session, I will tell you because it is very lengthy. Like types, like we have formal testing, informal testing, smoke testing, uh, uh, like uh, like buddy testing, pair testing, like that. And 30, 25 to 30 testing types we have. That all we'll try to understand, so that when you are working in the working environment, you should not feel a new word or technical word that we should do. So somebody, your manager said, do that smoke testing. What is that smoke testing? You can't go and ask your manager, right? The smoke testing is what? You should able to know before only, before we join the company, right? It's all terminologies we should understand before. So what is smoke testing? What is formal testing? What is informal? Is all we'll try to understand in the tomorrow session. Before that, let me complete an user acceptance also. Using UAT testing is what you know. UAT means once this system testing is over, functional and non-functional testing is over, what that end user tester is doing, he is going and checking the same thing in other UAT environment also. Means once the system is testing is over, this application is eligible for customer. uh, Means is it eligible for live usage or not, that we need to check. Once the system testing is done, so is this does then application is given to the customer for his approval. Okay, so we will give it to for the approval, fine. But what we are doing, whether this application is eligible for live usage or not, we are checking. Means, can I give it to the customer for live so that he can start using that application? Before that, that is pre-production, we are checking once. Before giving to the live, we are checking once. Can we give it to the live or not? We are confirming here. That is UAT. Suppose in UAT any functionalities are getting failed, can we deliver it to the customer? No. So again, after system testing, we are going to check in the client environment also, pre-production. If it is okay, then we are going to send it for the live usage. Then it go to the live. Anybody can use. Like that means if it is a product, and client can use if it is a product, right? The client can start using this application by itself. But before that, he can use it or not, whether it is sendable or not, whether it is whether we can release it or not. Before that, we'll check in this UAT environment also. As a part of UAT, there are two types of testing, like alpha testing and beta testing. If it is a project, we call it as alpha testing. If it is a product, we call it as beta testing. For alpha testing, where the testing is conducted? Testing is conducted in the development environment. Testing is conducted in the development environment. We call it as alpha testing. Testing is conducted in the client environment. We call it as beta testing. Generally, why alpha testing means, see, if our projects, why alpha testing means, see, there is only one client, right? Direct customer. So whatever you develop, to whom you will show? The direct customer only you will show, right? Yes. Now the direct customer will check and he'll give his feedbacks. Okay, his feedbacks are okay, and fine, we can deliver it. That is one-to-one, like development team testing client team, fine. Whereas it is a product. Product means there is no direct customer. The vendor develops some application and they want to check whether the people can buy it or not. So first what they will do, they will release in the market, free. That's the website itself, they will release in the market, like Zoom application or any GoToMeeting application you take. Initially, when you don't purchase any license or like that, first what they'll say, free to download and free to use, they'll say. It will be 100 users can log in and interact. 50 users can log in and interact for first 1 month free. So 1 month free means what we will do, okay, it is anyhow we are getting for free of cost, why don't I purchase the license? I will use this website for online sessions. So what I'm doing, I'm connecting with this website. I'm connecting. So while connecting, when I'm using this application, sometimes voice problem might come. Sometimes only 10 people only can connect instead of 30 or 40. Okay, the maximum limit is 40 or 50 he told, but people can connect only 10 people. Beyond that they are unable to connect. So this all I am observing, and I am sending some mail to that development team, whoever developed that website. So feel free to give suggestions, feel free to give feedbacks to this email ID, they will say, right? So what we are doing, whatever the problems we are facing, I'm writing and giving to the vendor through email, not directly, via email. Like that, in this world, so many people will use and they'll give some suggestions, they'll give some feedbacks. So what these people are doing now, indirectly, they are making you people to test who are using that software because of free of cost they are getting. They are using that software. While using that software, they are getting some problems, issues. They are giving in written as a feedback to the through via mail. So those are all valid, acceptable, uh, whatever the acceptable defects are there. Those all will be fixed. Whatever the feedbacks they give, and later once the application is standard and it is working fine, simply what they will do. Now, if you want to download the latest version, please pay $20. You need to register. You need to pay so and so dollars, not 20, whatever. So now they are selling it in. But who are the testers now? Now, when they release in the market, whoever the end user is using that software and giving the feedback is the tester, right? So where the testing is done, in the office, in the development environment, or somewhere else? No, in the client test. We, like people who are using that website, testing has been conducted over there in the client environment, we can say. Client means we are the customers using that website. So that website, while using, you are facing what problems, you are reporting via email. That is indirect feedback from the customer. That is beta testing, or like trial version you can say, or beta version you can say, right? So for checking they will give first. After that working fine, why they will give for free of cost, they will sell it. So that way it goes, like beta testing. Alpha means there is one customer who gave all his requirements, and we develop these requirements and delivering to that person only, no other person. Direct feedback, and directly we are showing to him, directly he's checking, direct feedbacks are going on. That is alpha, right? And alpha testing done on projects, beta testing done on products, right? Direct feedbacks in alpha testing, indirect feedbacks via emails, that is in beta testing. You got the clarity on this, everybody? Levels of dynamic testing is clear, right? Just go through this, like unit testing, integration testing. I'll share this notes, PPT. You can go through with that. So that tomorrow, the system testing types like smoke testing, uh, or sanity testing, formal testing, ad hoc testing, end-to-end testing, UUI testing, performance testing, like that we have types that all I'll try to explain you what they are. Okay. For today we'll stop. Any doubts you can ask.
Sir, you said like unit testing will be tested by the developer. Yeah, like there will be
Hmm.
any test cases written, sir, or
Yes, yes,
it
yes.
will be written by
But
the
who will write
developer.
that? Development team will write that unit testing, because they will
Developer
also
team
get
itself.
the design. Yeah, developer team will write the unit test cases, and they will also execute like us. But what they will execute, not like in detail, you are covering all the functionalities, right? Briefly, all the coverage you will be doing. But a development side people, they will see whether the code point of view, that functionality wise it is working or not, they will do and testing, and they will also take screenshots and present test results. They will also present the test results. After doing that unit testing only, we also will test in the uh, perform this testing, like system testing. Okay, development team will do as part of unit testing, and also testing team will do. But our QA point is valid more because we give the assurance, then only it goes to the next level. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Even development team, when they do unit testing now, they will also write unit test cases, will say. They'll have some unit test cases and they will execute accordingly. Once they execute, they will also put the test results in the common point, SharePoint. And after this, once the code is deployed into that, which environment you have to test, that environment will be popping out. In that environment, you'll go and check, like system testing environment, UAT environment, like that, SIT environment, or valid QA valid environment, like that. They will, as per your organization level, two levels: system testing, integrate, user acceptance. So like system A, system B. System A, we are doing all the system testing. System B, we are doing UAT testing, let's say. So what is happening? The code, once they put in system one, you have to check your test cases. Again, this code will move to the another system B. You have to same functionalities are working here also or not. You need to confirm. Both the places, both the environment working without any issues, no problem. Deliver it to the client. Any issues faced, make the developer to fix it. The process is same. But so in this process, so what type of testing that we are doing? So as soon as the developer gives the application to you, are you going to start testing immediately? No. So we should check that application is stable or not. That checking the stability is what you call it as smoke. For that, the main functionalities I check. So like this. So where the terminology smoke test use, where the terminology formal testing is used during our process. We simply blindly we understood like application will come, we have to test it, find the bugs, report it. But during that time only, there are some terminologies will come into the picture like smoke testing, formal testing, ad hoc testing, retesting, regression testing. These terminologies will come. So these testing types, what they are, we should understand. So tomorrow I will explain these all. Shall we have tomorrow session, Saturday or Monday? We'll continue. Please give your opinion. Stopping recording.